Are you one of the people who overthink how others might perceive you? Like the only thing you can think of being in the train is the fat pimple between your eyebrows, how dry your lips are because you forgot your lip care, and your mind is just circling about how you might look to others, how you smell, and if you look cool enough. In your mind, every breath you take is watched by others. The thing is, nobody cares, and everybody else is also thinking like you did, like they are also watched. So everybody has a hyper focus on themselves and are too busy with thinking about themselves than thinking about you. We are all in this mini bubble, which is our own world, in which we are the center, where we are the planet and everything else is just circling around us. In our own story, we are the main character, which is good on the one hand because we wouldn't do anything to achieve goals or dreams, and the world wouldn't be like this complex and wouldn't have so much ideas when nobody focused on themselves. Would Romeo killed himself after he learned about Juliet's death when he would just think, I don't care, it's just a fate between thousands of others and it's not important? Well, probably not, because for Romeo it was like Juliet's death was probably just the ending of his own world. So having an egocentrical view is not exactly bad, otherwise we would have not so much achievement in humanity like in culture and in science and stuff like that. But some thoughts are not really necessary, right? When you always think that someone will judge when you start this, maybe you shouldn't wear that cool jacket you bought 3 weeks ago. Maybe that lipstick's color doesn't match you. Maybe you shouldn't go on a run because they will see your red face. Maybe you shouldn't buy this chocolate ice you're craving for. What if they see? What if they judge? What if they... Wait, what can they actually do? Most people who judge are like random NPCs, or really important like friends or family. We obviously don't care about random people, but friends and family usually think that they're doing something good for you, and they like help you by saying that the thing you do is weird and you will fail and blah blah blah, because they want you to not fail by trying that. So it's first okay to just ignore the people who are like random, and second, family and friends want to help you, but it doesn't really matter, right? So the thing is, nobody cares, and the people who care are not as important. Everybody is in this bubble, okay? Everybody is thinking that what they do is super important, and it's not like that. It's really not like that. So when you always think that the things you do are like so important for the whole world, it's not true. It's just not true. You're like a random fate in a random world, and when you just think about how small you are in the whole universe and the Milky Way, or on Earth, or in the city even, you come to the realization that it's not as important as you think. And it shouldn't say that your like existence is not necessary and blah blah blah, but it should show you that you can do and you can fail, and it's not that bad because nobody really is watching. Like the 50% you know on this whole planet will die in like 50 years, and then their thoughts will also be away. So you shouldn't care about what others think when you're starting something new. Okay, when you do something bad, you should obviously care, but when it's like you want to start something new or something unusual or something that people think are weird, you shouldn't care so much about the people around you, right? Because most of the influential people started like you. Like they also were like beginners And when they thought that, oh my gosh, what if people judge and what if people talk shit about you, then they wouldn't start, right? Like, I don't know, Obama or Albert Einstein or stuff like that. They wouldn't have big achievement if they thought, oh my gosh, oh, the people would judge. Well, I think they knew the people would judge, but they just didn't care, right? So maybe you have to start thinking less in your bubble, or also thinking that other people are in their bubble too, that it's okay if they judge, but it shouldn't influence you to not start things that you wanted to try, things that maybe could turn out. And what if you fail? It's not that deep. When you fail, it's like, wow, many people have failed that, but there are also more people who didn't try. And do you want to be one of the people who didn't try, or do you want to be one of the people who tried, maybe fail, but maybe also get that thing? Some people say that you should go into a community where everyone is like-minded. You don't give like negative feedback, like they're always supporting you and saying that it's good what you do. And I think that's good. You can do that easily with your friends group or whatever, but it won't save you of judgment always, because, well, you can't always stay in this community and in this, I don't know, online community, or even in the physical community. There will always be people who are different and who think different and who think that the things you do aren't good, but they think that they are good, but because it's like amazing stuff, but they think you can achieve it. So I don't think that this advice always works. So you have to change a little bit of your mindset and start caring less. I know it's hard, it can take some time, and I'm like also not always not caring about random people, but when you reflect, like when you're in your bed and the whole day is like gone and you reflect on that day, you shouldn't think in this way that other people will judge, or when they judge you have to reflect that it's okay that they judge. It's not nice of them, but you don't care, it's not important, and it can hold you so back when you always think that their judgment is like important, because it is not. It's just a way for them to process what you're doing and not feel so miserable about themselves because they didn't try. Most of the people who judge didn't try and want to try, but they are too afraid. The people who say that, I don't know, starting a YouTube channel is like, oh my gosh, shit, and you shouldn't do that, they want to be an influencer too. They also watch YouTube and think, oh my gosh, that's so cool, but they're so afraid, and that's the way they show it in judging you, because you will be shitty. Like in the beginning you will be shitty, but everything when you start as a beginner you will be shitty, and everything you start like when you're not as talented, you know. So you shouldn't care, and you should just start. You should just do and try, and then let people judge, but don't care about the judgment. Take the positive things. You shouldn't be like, I don't care what you say. Maybe they're saying something good, maybe you're doing something shitty, but you should take the good advice and let the bad advice like just be. Care about your own bubble and not about their bubble, because, well, you have your own life. You can live your life just through your eyes and through yourself. Bye bye.